Imagine you're at home alone or with your family on a midnight night, and a crazed intruder tries to break through your patio door. If you had a gun, if you had a rifle, would you shoot to defend yourself and your property? One military veteran now facing criminal charges for firing a warning shot. Cops also confiscated his rifle. Former Army Specialist Corey Thompson joins us now to share his story. Good morning, Mr. Thompson.
Good morning, sir.
My understanding is that there was an intruder on your property who was acting in a menacing way, who was acting in an erratic way, and that you felt in fear of your life, and that you had an AR-15, and that you fired a warning shot. Tell us about that.
That's correct, sir. Around 11:30 at night, I had a man that came onto my patio and tore up my chairs and banged on my door, tried to kick it in, threatening, yelling. I told him I was armed. It didn't seem to faze him much. I opened up my door, and we had a shouting match, and he tried to break into my neighbor's house, and I warded him off, and I met him out in the front of my property, and that's where the confrontation escalated, where he wanted to fight. And
Mr. Thompson, here's the important question. Were you in fear of your life?
Yes, I was in fear of my life.
Okay, let's look at a statement from the Medford Police, and I want you to react to it. And then I know Governor Huckabee was interested in this story. He has a question for you, too.
Okay.
There's nothing that the suspect was doing that was aggressive enough to justify the shooting.
What do you say to that, Mr. Thompson?
Well, I think that's false, because everything that the suspect did was aggressive. He tried to bang on my door. He smashed up my patio furniture. He threatened me several times. So if that's not aggressive, then I don't know what aggressive is then.
You know, it looks like, Corey, you were well within your rights to defend yourself and your property, and you're certainly under threat. I think you need to call Joe Biden to your defense, because he was the one who suggested to his own wife that she step out on the balcony and fire a couple of shots to scare off somebody. So if that's the advice that the Vice President of the United States is given, I hope your defense attorney will call him as a material witness.
That I can only hope for a defense attorney that will represent me like that.
Well, you were a specialist in the Army, and so you know how to handle firearms, Mr. Thompson, right?
Yes, I do, sir.
Did you think at any time that after you fired a warning shot in order to scare this intruder off, even though you may have arguably had a right to actually shoot at the intruder, did you think that somehow that you would become the perp, that you would become the criminal in Medford, Oregon, and not the man who was acting in an aggressive way, putting you in fear of your life?
See, I didn't think I would go and have charges brought about me like in this manner. This is a multiple felon that's been charged with breaking and entering burglary before, and a slew of other crimes. And he's on the street, or he will be on the streets eventually, and they will put me in jail, I imagine.
Well, Mr. Thompson, we wish justice for you. Please keep us apprised as what's going on here, because this seems absolutely crazy, and thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir, for having me.
And Governor